Okay, okay. How are you all? I'm now ready. So, people who are not in my Discord earlier, okay, during the London session. Since we have a news in 5 minutes, let's talk a little bit about that London session thing, okay? So, too many things, don't worry about that. I have wrote here protected high until taken, okay, cannot be bullish. So, once it's taken, then I will be bullish. Before that, no way. BlueGuardian giveaway. Uh, yeah, like no scam or spam. Like don't try with multiple accounts or something. If I can identify, you will be disqualified. That's number one. Number two is this is for fun. Yeah, every month I'm doing 2 giveaway accounts. So why not being fair for everyone? Now I have already talked about it in my like in my Discord during the London session. So people who are there, they got the point. Who are not there, this part is for them. Okay, and just to keep the record on. By the way, this was my entry. This was my order block mean threshold. This way, the entry. Partial taken over here. TP taken below this low, and I was expecting this retracement added over there. New fall done below that sell side liquidity. Exactly 69 was my take profit. 369. Okay, so this is where it was done. By the meantime, there was a lot happening in the market. So let's start from this specific portion. Okay, if you look around this area, why I'm showing here is because this is your kill zone starting, Asia kill zone, sorry, London kill zone starting point. I'm just putting that line over there. This is the London kill zone starting. Okay, before kill zone started, this was still well within the Asia session until midnight, and then the midnight price action. What happened around the end of the Asia kill zone? If you observe this area, you can see there was a high, there was a low, then a higher high comparatively the previous one. Okay, so higher high, higher low, then another higher high, then higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This way market was trading into a 15-minute bearish fair value gap, which is here. This structure, 15-minute bearish fair value gap, overlapping with your new week opening gap low, but more importantly 15-minute bearish fair value, and the structure on 15 minutes it's still the same. Okay, so high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, but this part I'm coming in a second. Okay, so if you want me to draw this one, I will draw this just for the sake of 15-minute structure. It's a bag, but I'm just marking as a fair value gap because end of the day job is same. Okay, so this is something I have shared on my channel, I think 2 years ago now, just for the sake of understanding what I'm trying to show or say. Shouldn't have gone through the videos, but let me try. This is the video. Okay, now this video here it's saying 1 year, but it's like 2023 December 26th, so it's nearly 2 years ago. I was talking about this concept of this thing because that's how you determine. Okay, so what you're looking at is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This way market is going there. Then once you draw your OTZ, OTE, this is what I'm saying is from the OTZ, OTE overlapping fair value, this is how a dealing range is forming. Okay, so from the OTZ, OTE fair value, the market's job is to go back and clear the dealing range sell side liquidity. But the high it created in your premium, if that high is taken, this is what I'm saying over here. So this, if you are interested, you can watch after I finish the giveaway stream. I want to be very short, like I want to make this stream as quick and as short as possible. I'm pretty much done making the money, all of my accounts, and I don't know why that big fall happened. I'm expecting bearishness until the weekly bullish fair value gap, where we have the monthly fair value, weekly, like all of the fair value gaps are there. That market still didn't retest. So I'm expecting that. I'm not bullish in the market, but I was not expecting this big of a fall today, because tomorrow we have NFP, Friday we have NFP. So today, I don't know why market has fallen like this big. So since I don't know, since the overall fall was comparatively unusual to me, I don't want to frame anything for the rest of the day. No buy, no sell. That's me, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be you as well. I don't know. So I don't know if the fall was a valid fall or if it was a invalid fall, if it was a rumor that sent the market that lower. If I had the reason, I might consider, okay, so this is a valid reason that market falls. So after a retracement, market can again continue with the fall. Market has fallen too far. I'm afraid to frame another sell short. At the same time, since I don't know why market has fallen this far, how do I know that if it's willing to continue, if it's willing to reverse and go higher again or not? I don't know. Okay, so since I don't know, I'm happy to stop my day with whatever profit I made. Mostly it's like in 50k account $1,500, 150k account $4,000. I'm very happy with that. I don't really need to make any more money. Now the thing is, if the high that was market was trading inside of your OTZ or optimal trading zone or in your premium, okay, so premium discount in your premium, then instead of the sell side liquidity, market will take the buy side liquidity. This is your dealing range. So dealing range, sell side and buy side. This is the range. If you are bullish, this is your target. If you are bearish, this is your target. As simple as that. Dealing range, the range market is currently, or you are currently dealing with. Okay, that part is clear over here. Now let me show you some magic of this knowledge. Okay, what are the magic? Number one, am I too far? Let me just check where I was showing that part. Here. Feels very small after the fall, okay, but it was not a small fall. This itself was nearly 200 handle worth of move. Like first move, retracement, second move, even more than that. Anyway, so what happened here is market was creating higher highs and higher lows. This type of dealing range usually creates a reversal. Reversal means it's going higher, it will go lower, and mostly the lower run will be volatile. If the first lower run, second one, it depends on the situation and condition. I will talk about it in a second and I will make it clear. When this happened, okay, this sell side, once market, so okay, how the dealing range is forming. Before this was a low, this was a lower high, then this was a lower low. So it has taken a sell side liquidity. Now every time it's going higher, it's taking buy side liquidities from initial range and on the left if I have anything. So liquidity taken, again liquidity taken, and into that 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, so this is where I had all the drawing. So once it's taking all of them, this is where market has came all the way back below the low. So you have buy side taken, higher time frame point of interest, you have sell side taken. So since buy side taken, sell side taken, what can you expect? From the high to the low, OTZ retracement. First high it created, it never retraced above 50%. Second time came, this was the OTZ retracement. At the same time, we had a 15-minute bearish fair value gap on this leg. When this leg happened, okay, this is the first OTZ high. Market's job was to go all the way back lower, clear the dealing range sell side, which is this sell side. Instead, what market did? The protected high, that high was taken. Now, since the high was taken, it should go for the dealing range high. So let me put the dealing range high at this level as well. Okay. Protected high was taken. Sell side is not target anymore. Buy side is the target. I was in a sell short on this account. On my BlueGuardian account, sorry. And this sell short, I framed from these areas. I put my stop loss above here because that's how the 5-minute structure looks. Okay. 5 and 15 overall, the whole thing. So fair value gap, OTZ overlapping fair value, third candle's high is the stop loss. This is where I was looking for a profit here. I was looking for a profit here. Unfortunately, I got stopped out. But when I got stopped out, since I was looking for sell short, I let go the buy long. Okay. And I locked my account with whatever loss I had. What I did is, when market came here, okay, now observe how it came, how it went there. And by the way, I kept my BlueGuardian open as well so that I can show you guys that I had a loss on my BlueGuardian account. Okay, but when I took the loss, I locked my account for the day. And then, oh, by the way, because of the layout, you guys may not able to see how it looks. So BlueGuardian account, daily target is like this way. It gave me $99 extra because my entry was bigger and I was looking for big profits over there, and locked for the rest of the day. Okay, so that's my BlueGuardian account, how it looks. I'm showing that part because I'm only showing you the profit. That's not good. My top step account, however, you guys can see, I know, but I'm still not locked out over here because I want to stream, so I don't want to lock it yet. And I have good enough profit, so I can maybe risk this $468 or something if I get any good setup going forward, which I'm not interested. I will come back to that part. Now, what happened is, in my 1 minute structure, okay, remember what I'm showing over here. Because there is the issue, okay, the issue, I'm not gonna talk about it because it will be, it's personal. There is a personal issue that I had during that moment. That's the reason I missed this part of the information on my first stop loss. Okay, if I didn't miss this part of the information, I had a opportunity to exit the trade in profit, and I had the opportunity to take the buy long as well. But that part I don't really want to talk about. It's like I had an input in my brain before I opened my chart that we should frame a sell short. So I counted like this, from this high to this low. And this high is not something valid for OTZ retracement. Okay, so 50% above 50 market risk here, then overlapping the OTZ range market risk. This is where first sell short was framed. Okay, and 15 minutes rejection. You will see the 15-minute candle is something like this, a long wick and literally no body. So after a rejection like this new 15-minute candle, which is 2 AM opening price and new 15 minutes candle, I was not expecting a bullish candle like this. Okay, So I let go my entry, but I had opportunity to exit in profit and make more profit by taking that buy long. So I'm just letting that part go, but the part that gave me the profit, I will talk about that part because I was already looking for sell short. Now this part, okay, when market came back after the OTC retracement, remember this was my protected high, this high. When market came from here, it has taken a liquidity. So inside of a dealing range. So from this high to this low, it's a dealing range. Inside of a dealing range, it gave me another dealing range, which is once it took this high. So from this high and that low. So sell side taken, buy side taken. First it took the sell side, then it took the buy side. And what buy side? The protected. So this is when it's taken, this is called market structure shift. The real market structure shift. Now, dealing range, what you look for? From the low to the high, OTZ. Let me extend this line so that you can see. Please let me know you can see this OTZ line. Otherwise, because it's dotted. Okay, let me make it thick. I know it's gonna look bad, but no other option. A tick by tick trade to the OTZ. Now, this is a fair value gap I have been mentioning for a very long time, and it's marked as a first presented gap over here, okay, which is after to the first gap. It's a very powerful and important gap. Now, this is also the similar type. See, it's marked as a first presented gap. What time it happened? After 2. This is 2 a.m. previous day. Today when market came there, today when market was trading below that, trading above that, how it works. Okay, now the thing is, I don't solely use the fair value if I don't have the structure. How I use it? Overlapping PDRs. Okay, so let me remove the old one. Here is what happened. Market took the sell side, went higher, took the buy side. But when it was going higher, okay, how it was going higher? Low, high or high, since this was a high. Higher low, higher high, comparatively higher than the previous one. Then higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. All this liquidity. One single move, buy side taken, sell side taken. The moment it starts to show you this retracement from the highest to the lowest, OTZ. So this high, the high here, it never retested or revisited that OTZ or above 50%, like the premium end. Came back, created a new low, extend it. Can you see that? OTZ, the blue line is your 50%. Okay, this is 0.50. If you can see, if not, let me make it bit bigger. So 0.562 on, I don't put it because the zone is like 62 to 79. So I just kept that just to reduce the amount of lines I have. Overlap, exact tap. So one more time, from the highest to the lowest, this is your buy side, this is your sell side. You have a dealing range, OTZ retracement, overlapping fair value, multiple confluences. Move. This is the first target. Along with this, I had literally yesterday's low and Friday or Thursday, whatever the day is. It's a 1 minute chart, so I have to look into like couple of days ago. Yesterday's low and this low, it created exact equal lows over here. Okay, so that's why I was looking for sell short. And this liquidity of 71.25, the reason I held it until 69 is because 69 level was the daily bullish fair value gap low, like the exact low. Now all this happening, okay, this, it was the daily fair value gap CE. All this happening, this low, oh damn it, just a sec guys, wasn't expecting the phone call. Yeah, I know. No sound because I had a phone call. I will have another call. It's like last couple of days I'm like getting crazy level of phone calls. Um Today I was talking with one person. I had another person calling on WhatsApp, one person calling on Facebook, one person calling on my phone number directly. So it's like four calls. Okay, so crazy. Anyway, so that was pretty much this part. Now the reason I want to see this market is coming for do I have it here? No, it actually on a different time frame, sorry, different layout. But anyway, the thing is weekly bullish fair value gap. That's where I want to see the market going, which is here, and from here it should go higher again. If I'm not wrong, if we don't, like, I don't know what's happening, the fall the way it has fallen, this was a very major liquidity level. After taking that, we are seeing some rejections, good rejection, but this fair value gap is eventually where my eyes are, and these are the liquidities where I want to see market is going. Now the reason behind that is, so far, let's say like from hourly, 4 hours, 15 minutes, whatever it is, let me remove that sell side, I don't need it anymore. If you look overall structure, it's the similar, like high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, about to form the lower high as well. So overall the direction, oh by the way, daily range greeding above 50 market traded, overlapping fair value gap market traded. Let's see how it delivers. Okay, and this is also overlapping fair value, so even if it goes through that, this can be a problem zone. Whatever it is, I'm not interested, as I said, mostly I'm not interested in a trade today, and I would love to see that this market is actually 10 a.m. Where was the 10? So this was the 10 so far. This is the first gap. I would love to keep this gap on my chart. Okay, so if you are using it, good. If not, no worries. So yeah, that's pretty much it. By the way, this is where we had like accumulation, manipulation, distribution. On the other hand, like liquidity grab, market structure shift, breaker block, that's where it was trading. Left that breakaway gap as a breakaway gap, inversion fair value gap, kind of a trade and not a trade, both way, however you want to take it. It's like a riskier approach if you are framing anything from this level. Okay, best case of scenario, if that fair value gap was traded. By the way, until the OTC retracement happens, keep extending this. Okay, because what gonna happen is, this is the 50% of the range. If market is going higher, okay, it will at least come for the this range 50%, wherever that falls, from wherever high it creates and goes for that direction. So people who are bearish, they can look for a sell short until that 50%, like this low to whatever high it creates before a retracement to the discount. That one, it's already in extreme discount, by the way. But the reason, like why I'm saying, think this way. Okay, I'm not interested in any trade setups or anything, so please, if you're looking for any signals or anything today, it's not gonna happen for me, because as I said, since I don't know what's the reason of this huge move, I don't know if buy will be a valid thing or if sell will be a valid thing, because it is trading way lower. Okay, and that was the sell side liquidity, by the way. Now what I'm trying to show here, or say here, let's say this is how today looking like. Okay, like think that this is the overall today's high and low formed. If market is going lower, how it will go lower? It will trade above this 50% line. Okay, above this 50% line. Let me put it in a different color and make it bigger so that everyone can see. So from this high to this low, it will retrace above 50, then it will go lower. If it's willing to go higher, this leg, from this low to this high, it will do the same thing. It will come below 50, then go higher. This portion of the move is a better area to look for a trade. What I'm saying. So if you are bearish above 50, you frame a sell short and you target that 50 or whatever, like immediately overlapping 50 or right below 50 if there is any PDRA, especially higher lower, all the time frames have a PDRA common. That is the PDRA you want to look as your exit point or liquidity level, very close to that 50 or right below 50 area if there is a liquidity level. This is the high probability in two reasons, like for two different reasons. Number one is overall direction is bearish. Number two is you framed a setup above the premium and you are targeting a discount end of the bullish portion. So you are overall, the trend, the direction is with you. Even if you are wrong about the whole direction, okay, you don't want to be someone like this. There is a sell side. This is the previous low, relative equal low. I want to target until this part. Okay, if you are willing to do that, how you do that? Take the biggest partial, at least like 70, 80, even 90% off over here. Move the stop loss to break even or even a small profit depending on how the structure and fair value gaps or other PDRs are forming. So depending on that, move it in a small profit or break even. And that a small portion, you let it run. So you secured your profit for the day. If it works, you make even more profit. If it doesn't work, you have no regret. That's how you want to do it. Okay, so yeah, so whatever it is, that's how the whole market works. Let me show you something yesterday. Okay, this high, I have already talked about it, how it formed, where it formed. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Just if you know which fair value gaps I look at, you will understand. Market open gap on Monday. This is how it used. Look here, okay. This was yesterday's range and this was your 230 or London session, London kill zone. From the highest of the market, I will make it better. Just a sec. Yesterday was half day, so we don't have a PM session on New York AM session. So whatever we had, Asia and London, they have done the both job mostly. Like Asia fall, London somewhat buy and then consolidate or overall end. However, from the highest to the lowest, market reached at least 50%. Okay. Similarly, from this low to whatever, like let's say this was the high, market came overlapping. Okay, always look for overlapping or close proximate. So for me, I'm seeing there are liquidities here, there are liquidities here. I know this liquidity was not taken. That was the first reason that I was overall looking for that bearishness. But anyway, it at least first deliver until almost your discount or 50% range, then it turned around. Okay, so what I'm saying is, here I framed this sell short, by the way. Although I was expecting this move to finish and go there, but when it was spending too much time breaking the bearish fair value gaps, I considered exiting out of the trade. So took a partial, but look, I was looking for a I was looking for a fall below this and coming somewhat around these fair value gap areas, like that 25% resistance overlapping area. Doesn't matter. Thing is, same thing, I have talked about it so many times. It's taking too long to do the obvious, which is clearing this liquidity. When it takes too long, it does the opposite. Similarly, we had equal lows. It was taking too long to do that. So when it's failing to do that, it will do the opposite. It went higher, it took the buy side. By the meantime, same thing, okay? accumulation, manipulation, distribution this way, or accumulation, manipulation, distribution, however you want to mark it. Okay, so that part happened. Now the overall situation that we had, that started from here, Friday PM session, or even like literally New York AM session until the end of the day, it was like this. What can you see? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Once the sell side is taken, which is right before the London kill zone, or right at the London kill zone, actually. 208 was the first time market cleared the sell side liquidity. So let me remove the middle grid. From the highest to the lowest, this is your dealing range. What type of dealing range? It's taking buy side first. So accumulation, higher manipulation, lower distribution. Same thing you can see here as well, and you can do the same for as your homework or for your understanding. It's the same thing happening here as well. So when this dealing range formed based on this, okay, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, this dealing range, where should the market go? The market should go to OT and bloody GG. Let me make it bigger. OT and bloody, this white line and this white line is your OTZ, optimal trading zone. This was that area. Okay. Now the thing is, it's a daily range, big range. I was looking like this way. Okay. Fair value gap overlapping OTZ, optimal trading zone. Market came back, cleared the sell side. Okay. And by the meantime, we had a half day. Yesterday, by any mean, it was not perfect. For example, when the buy was happening, this is a small recap before I start the give, and I'm just waiting for a few more people to join. Okay, this accumulation, this manipulation, or this accumulation, this manipulation, whatever market was doing. Okay, obvious thing here was a obvious thing: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yes, if you have framed your setup based on this inversion, including that volume imbalance, then you had an entry over here. Now people who missed their entry over here, okay, for them the best or the most, how can I say, high probability zone was this fair value gap or this fair value gap. I will tell you why and how. I was in this buy long, okay, but for some miscalculation or misinformation, I had to close the trade early. I had to cut the trade. So I also do that. So yes, don't feel like everyone is perfect. No one is perfect in this market. I was observing the whole time. I was talking about it the whole time, but yet I closed my trade. The same thing, accumulation happening. I'm looking for a deeper lower retracement, especially if possible even the lower one. But I already participated from this area. Why? 5-minute structure. This is that same area. Okay. Liquidity only high. MSS. Bullish fair value, breakaway gap. Change in state order block already retested. So doesn't need to come for these areas anymore. At least for that moment. 5 minutes breaker, overlapping fair value or continuation fair value. Okay. I was observing it, but still I was looking forward to a retracement into these areas, especially that inversion, this area. Okay. 15 minutes. Liquidity, MSS. Breaker. Same thing. This fair value gap was not traded the whole day. Even this fall, I was expecting that it will come and trade this fair value. Still that same breaker. Wherever it had to go, it went there. But the way it went, this is what you expect. So yeah, end of the day, I don't remember. I think 287 or something in one account. Another one, I think the big account, I had like $1,500 profit because this sell short, and there was one more buy long in this side that I will show in a second. One more buy long here. There was this part again, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So sell side taken, buy side taken, from the lowest to the highest. I'm just keeping it still like this. 6 2 7 on 7 9. I don't have the 7 on. Again, this white line and this white line is your optimal trading zone. That's where it traded. Buy side taken along with this high on the left. I had some other high, so my target was until this far. Okay, so this is where I entered. This is where I exited, and that's that 15-minute bearish fair value gap overlapping the bearish OTC. So half day, one trade done, and then this was my final trade that added to my profit. So overall, it was like a $1,500 day yesterday on my bigger account, and on a small account, I finished even a smaller profit because I just want to count it as a profitable day so that once 5 days is done, I can request a payout. Very simple. So yeah, there goes everything. Now let me see how many people are here. Pro is a human. 10 AM gap inverted. You sure? Remember, you are still doing that part, and from the daily high to low, you are still look. Come on, capture clip wherever that is. I will fix it. Sorry guys, I don't know why I had to make it like this, because usually mine looks different like this. It's less congested. I need the Monday market open gap. And CISO is doing like, I think CISO never misses any Asia session nowadays. Guys, if you know what I'm marking over here, okay, go through your chart. Look for this one specific gap every day, like first gap after the market opens. You will see what happens. You will see what happens. Okay, and by the way I use is I look for overlapping period. By the way, see this high, this high, 10 p.m. If I'm not mistaken, no, there's supposed to be a smaller fair value at 10 p.m. 10:03. Let me change the color to blue. Today's high, okay. Random, one more. After 10 p.m., the next first gap, 2 a.m. So let's start looking for your 2 a.m. gap. 2 a.m. This one, the smallest possible one. Let me change the color to this color and maybe a little bit more highlighted. You will see market never came below that, but this is where the first time today market came. This is where your dealing range retracement OTZ overlapping PD array, and don't forget this is exactly where you have the 2 AM gap of today, which is this one. This is a small little one. And there is a volume imbalance, but anyway, doesn't matter. Overlapping PD array, that's what I'm looking at. That's how I'm looking at it. Think, okay, think this way. See this candle's high. Let's say you should not be using this information like that. You are looking for overlapping PD array. Okay. This was the fair value gap. This gap. Your third candle high is here. If you are using as a inversion over here, just this gap without the overlapping PD array, still you are not stopped out. Yeah, came dangerously close. Who the F cares? See this? When it closed below, see this? That's how it works. 2 AM of yesterday, 2 AM of today. Time. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it about the thing. So let me actually look for. You want to believe he never miss or mess with London. It's like, listen, my trading career in terms of prof farm, okay, not my trading career as a general, as a whole. My trading career in terms of prof farm started with London session. The best time for me, because New Year came again, when it's not daylight saving, it starts at 11:30 PM Australian time. Okay, my time. When it's daylight in Australia, it starts at 12:30. When it's daylight in New York, it starts at 1:30 AM. Midnight, early morning, whatever you call that specific time window, that's when 9:30 happens. So when can I look for my next entry setup? We had a news today at 10. So I had to wait at least until 10. Red folder news, okay? Don't want to be part of the market. So what do you think? At 2:30 AM midnight, I'm looking for a setup. Now it's already 12:41 AM my time. And it's only like less than an hour the market opened or started for the New York AM session. What do you think? So I cannot do that. That's why I picked up London. And the day I started London, according to ICT, I have been talking about the same thing. You need one PD array, one session, and one entry model or whatever you want to talk about it. Inversion fair value. You want to see how the inversion fair value works? Remember, this was your dealing range high. When market first reached here, let me actually mark it as a BSL. Otherwise, if I forget to remove it, it will give me a disturbance. When market first reached here, it created exact equal high. Okay. Your fair value gap. I'm marking it as FVG. I will tell you how it works. Fair value gap, exact equal high. One candle. When it broke, I have exact equal high. Okay. There is a break over here. Why I'm not using that one? Dealing range has to be completed. Same thing. Broke. Why I'm not using that one? Dealing range has to be completed. It tapped. That can be a thing, but when it's exact equal high, I'm not interested until it clears that. Cleared that. Okay, and here is the thing. Go watch my London Silver Bullet video. Go watch my one setup for life video. Mentioned no matter what, no entry before 3. This is your 3 AM first candle. Open, low happening. Are you happy to take a sell short? So you want to see the open high first. Open high. Change in state order block, however you want to mark. Volume imbalance. So not closed yet. By the time closed below this fair value gap, everything. Now this is the inversion to use. Okay. Missed that one. This is the inversion to use. By the meantime, liquidity MSS. breaker. You can take a entry here as well. Okay. Then fall happening 2 a.m. It didn't tap over here. That's the saddest part. But sorry, forgot to mention that part. See this level? Why that fast gap is important? Let me show you that one. Okay. 2 a.m. till 3 a.m. Actually, fork it. We go to a different time frame. Sorry, different layout. Let me show you side by side. 1 minute MNQ. Yep. So this area. Okay. Let me mark the 2 a.m. opening. Open high happening. Manipulation is still due while it is creating equal lows or relative equal lows along with previous day sell side and that other exact equal. Remember I was showing this level that is exact equal. Now here is the thing. 2 a.m. It's a 4-hour candle opening. It's a 1-hour candle opening. What happens when market engulfs your 1-hour candle? This was that 1-hour candle. Remember this line. This is a change in state of delivery. CIS bloody D. Where is it? I don't have it, so let me put it like this. This is that change in state of delivery happening here. Where is it tapping over here? This can be an entry. Not interested. Why? When I know the dealing range, I know the OTG retracement. This is your change in state of delivery retest happening over here. This is your order block retest happening. Same area, 15 minutes. Okay, what do you have? Liquidity. Again, liquidity grab, market structure shift with a huge displacement, bearish fair value gap. By the meantime, understand that level. This is from hourly. This is where it's trading, and that's where your entry happened. Overlapping, you had a breaker over here. You can take this big candle because this one is well within that one. So how I want to use it? This way. This is mean threshold, by the way, not CE, not anything else. This is mean threshold. Okay, it will not show. So sorry, that's my overlay. So this is where your MSS happening, and this is where your liquidity grab happened. Liquidity, MSS, displacement, fair value gap, overlapping, this traded, and boom, continuation fair value traded, boom. And by the way, when this was happening, I was still with my Discord group and I was saying expect a consolidation inside of this fair value. Okay, because it has fallen a big, like this is a big move. It has taken very major liquidities from the left. It is trading the rest of the unfilled portion of that unusual candle. One more time, understand what happened over here. 10 a.m. opened. This was Friday 10 a.m. without a single tick worth of high or low. Damn it. Just a sec, guys. Okay, without a single tick worth of high or low, market went higher. Ever since that happened, okay, I'm not interested in all-time high. Simple. Not by long, all-time high. Leaving it that way. When market came for the 10 a.m. that same area, observe, okay, the first retracement or at least somewhat bullish move in your 1 minute. This was that same level, okay? Same level. It was happening from there. When market came lower, overlapping that area, whatever, doesn't matter. Thing is, it had to clear that. That is a manipulation. So that manipulation had to be cleared. It cleared that. That's why it was important. Now, if you go and draw that first gap, this today is the first time market revisited that 4 hours first gap, and you will see how it working over here and here. It's okay. It's a huge gap. So whatever. This was the low of the gap. This was the high, like same as after inverting, trading that low of the gap. It's that 10 a.m. gap that never revisited, retested. That's where it's trading now. Okay, because on that day, even in 1 minute, the move was like the same. 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, every move was the same. Should be here. Yeah. It was like this. Okay, see, even in 1 minute, not a single tick worth of wick over here. 10 a.m., one single candle moved 192.5 handles from the opening to the closing, not even the high. The gap. I still have it drawn somehow. So let me make sure that I can see it on the right side. So this is where the overall consolidation, the structure that was forming. Okay. That's the first gap, by the way. I'm not talking about that huge gap. This one. The gap after that. Anyway. The only gap I was looking at to keep an eye was from this low to this high. Below 50. This GAP. Remember? I put a eye over here. And this is going to be your OTZ. OTZ. Okay. Premium to discount, discount to premium. Oh man. This is like a 1,000 years old chart, by the way. This is projected terminus for all time high and then the next high that way. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let me go back to the three sister chart here. And I must have, right, go Control C. Will it give me the rest of the drawing? No, so I messed up. I have to draw everything again. Below 50, that. So understand, okay? What I said is, if you are bearish, first focus should be this range 50% as your partial or TP. 50 is this one, okay? So extend to the right side, that level. I hate doing this when I'm streaming because it's set the way I want it to be. So I'm talking about this 50 level, this red line. Okay. That what I said is, even if you are wrong, market is not going for the sell side delivery anymore. It will still give you this much worth of profit, and it will, if it's willing to go higher, it will go higher after trading below or at that 50 level. So that way. And now this is your OTZ. Remember this one at the beginning of the stream when it formed, I put like this way. This is that fair value. Rest is history. Anyway, it's been a long time I'm talking without even reading the chart and stuff. I'm in shorts now. Yeah, he is AK-47. You won't believe, Sijo. Yes. Lovely. Less people, more chance, but more entries too. Anyway, oh, I'm actually surprised to see my upload speed today. It's like more than 13 megabytes. Anyway, so guys, let me think. What's the time now? 54. Okay, so at 55 I'm gonna start the giveaway again. BlueGuardian. Sorry, for a second my brain froze, like am I writing the Guardian, the spelling correct, or if it's wrong? Anyway, futures 50k. Oh wow, give away code clone PTP as usual. Not started yet, so no need to rush. I'm gonna say when I start it. Okay, and it will be like 10 minutes of opportunity, like entry opportunity. Please, okay, be honest, don't do it. If you have more than one, please do not do it with more than one. Less people, no problem. And by the way, recently I have added the funding ticks, although I'm a bit concerned about what happened couple of days ago, which is they had a 50% discount, but I think the buying pressure was too much, or I don't know, the web traffic was too much. The server started acting weird with $1,000 profit in the first trade, not even second trade, third trade, first trade, $1,000 profit. It was telling people that the account is breached. But Funding Ticks is a very like good company. Okay, in terms of the funding peeps is the CFD company where literally what it calls like they have one of the biggest and highest payouts in CFD as well. Like they are top 2-3 level. After FTMO you can count Funding Peeps, Fivers, this type of platforms. So this is that type of platform. Anyway, they have opened this one. They are very good. I don't know if they offers or not. Like I haven't done any marketing or anything, but anyone simple. If you're in my Discord, I have a section where it says discount codes. Go there, whatever platform I have affiliation with, all my codes will be available there. For Funding Ticks, that's my code. For BlueGuardian Futures, this is my code. The thing is, BlueGuardian Futures, thanks to all of you that you helped me achieve the minimum target, which is like they didn't give me any target, but they had some conditions. Like if your total sale is X amount, like 50, if you can sell 50 accounts, we can get the we can consider something for your community. And that something I asked was the giveaway account. They are supposed to give me one, but then I convinced them with two. So how it works is they're supposed to give me 150k challenge account free for me and 150k challenge giveaway. I said I don't need it since I have purchased my own account and I have them trading for a while now. You can give the account that was supposed to be allocated to me, you can give it as well to my audience. So that's how you get two giveaway accounts. As long as they are providing it, I'm doing it every month. Okay, if anything goes sideways, I'll let you guys know. So at least till now, I'm very happy with their service. And recently, BlueGuardian has introduced something which is called within 48 hours, if you don't get your payout, they will pay you $200 extra. If you don't receive your money. So above 50 to this range 50, okay? Observe where the consolidation happens, where the reaction happens, rejection happens. Observe. One more time before I actually start. Oh, by the way, sorry. I'm gonna start the giveaway entry. So you will see Streamlabs will tell you that code is clone PTP. A small cap doesn't matter, but you have to have that semicolon or whatever that thing is, exclamation mark or whatever. You have to have that one, okay? Otherwise you will not get the entry, and I will just bring the entry in front of me. So entry started. Now you can participate. Only one is okay, like just put it one time. That's number one. Let it continue 10 minutes. Okay, so at 11:10 New York time I will stop the entry and I will start the what the duck race. Okay, so what the duck race is, how I'm going to choose. Now again the London session thing, while you are doing everything is, sorry, just removing the levels, I don't need. From the highest to the lowest London reached. Okay, how I observe, what I observe is this thing. This is the 50%. Okay, it never reached 50%, but in your 1 minute, in your 15 minutes, in your 5 minute, 50% close proximate or overlapping. Fair value gap here, same fair value on the 5 minutes. This is what I'm saying, like observe the one. So this is the 5 minute fair value overlapping 50, and same area, that was your 15 minute bearish fair value gap. So the first highest to the lowest it has. Before that, this was the range, this was your OTZ retracement from the highest to the lowest. So buy side taken, sell side taken, high to low, dealing range, OTZ retracement, first protected high created, and when you have a protected high you can also look for something like this, from that protected high to the new range. Okay, and by now you know why it should take that one. That's how it works. Similarly, from the protected high, this is your new protected high, to the lowest, this was that same part. Now 15 minute doesn't really have that exact retracement, but I showed you how it looks on the 5 minutes. OTZ, that was your OTZ 50 overlapping, and then protected to the low, overlapping fair value. Since it didn't trade the OTZ, keep extending the shit. OTZ. Okay, that's how it works. Anyway, yeah, by the way, let me check. I have 26 entries so far, and I will shortly read the name to make sure that everyone who is willing to participate has participated. Otherwise, they, like, whoever find their name is missing, they can literally try one more time to re-enter. By the way, if you put multiple times, nothing gonna happen, but the thing is, it only counts one entry. And I can now close my BlueGuardian chart, the one I closed a long ago with a small loss. That's how it works for me anyway. Okay, so I have got 31 entry. Ketan Patel, Outlander, Sijo, Slaber, Shubetin, Akshay, Night Fury, Aline Payme. I think that's Alex Payme's daughter. Welcome. If you're new here. Philip Chippy, Aritro Ovi, Aditya Chengji. I'm sorry if I'm actually pronouncing your name wrong every time ever since I came to know you. By the way, I'm very happy for you because I see you every day in the Discord live trading community. So nice. Mourad, Alex, Martin, Fazlul Kabir, UK Hip Hop, Lord Athena, Jack T, Danish, Tajul, Anatoly, Michael, Trade with Taz, Musketeer, Narcissist, Sasuke, Mayur Rasput, Adia, or Adi, I guess, Adia. Okay, Adia, Murad Hassan, Murad Hossein, Shiba, Scratch Beats, Gurmeet and Saina. So 35 entries so far. Still I have 4 minutes and 46 seconds or 5 seconds. If you are joining now for the first time, so this will be the code for the first giveaway. Tomorrow I will have another account giveaway. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's say what happened at this area. Okay, I know it is coming lower, or how it is coming lower. Taking too long, already breaking some bullish PDRs, but that was not important. Important was, this was your first presented gap, 10 a.m. This is still okay for me. Why it was still okay is because I had a possible order block, overlapping fair value, and no weak candle. That's why it was still okay for me. Okay, and then no MSS. But what happened is, when it failed to take that high, took a internal structure, then gave the MSS, this is your breaker, this is your fair value to participate, but this is the highest you can hold, the highest in terms of that sell short. And this is the only area from where it may again try to go higher. Okay, I got two new entries, which is Flex and Draco. Actually, I have to keep it somewhere here. Where can I put it? Just putting it like this way so that I can. Oh, come on. There was a way to group it together. Forgot. It's okay. Anyway, to pin on the top, pin on the top, pin on the top. All good. I think that's pretty much it as my entry, but since I still have 2 minutes, I'm talking about this one. Oh, another one. Slim 6867. Anyway, should be all right. Yeah, so since I still have 2 minutes left, I will wait until that before anything, before ending this up actually. And then this is how it looks. Let's continue with the chart. Pretty much. How is the 5 minute and 15 minute looking, by the way? 5 minute, same thing. Now I have a MSS high also. Liquidity, MSS, fair value breaker. Into high stop close. Yeah. So could have been better. Okay, I'm still thinking it should come for this fair value, and how it reacts here, how it gives me the setup or a structure. Usually, let's say, like, if I knew the reason of the big fall, okay, if I had a valid area here except for the liquidity, that low, I have no valid area here, like literally nothing. 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, nothing here except for that long wick on the weekly candle. Again, at this area, that was that liquidity market just cleared, okay, and then that retracement happened. Except for that, on the left, I'm not seeing anything. Even this candle, it means nothing to me because it was not trading any fair value gap or anything. So nothing, at least at the moment, nothing. So here on weekly, I have nothing, at the same level on daily, I have nothing. Instead, right below that area, I have this exact equal low, which I marked as major sell side liquidity. And this is the weekly bullish fair value gap starting point. Same goes to the monthly as well, and somewhere around this area was the monthly. Like this is how the monthly fair value gap looks. So sell side liquidity as measure. This is the internal or minor sell side, I can say, and this is the monthly fair value gap, something like this, overlapping daily, overlapping weekly, overlapping 4 hours, everything. Since I have nothing and I don't know the reason of this fall, at least today, thinking or keeping in mind that tomorrow we have NFP and red folder news is Friday, we have the real NFP or the high impact NFP on Friday. Keeping that ahead of the time, market is falling to volatile, like in a very volatile way. Since I have no idea, I'm not interested in the market. But if I was interested in the market, understand very carefully what I'm saying. I would take a buy like this. Okay. A tick or two inside of this fair value as my entry. Maybe I would cover like this way. Third candle's low. That looks already good to me. So this way. Okay. Target, yes. This can be the target, but partial on my way higher. Okay. Usually what I look for, a 1 to 2. So a partial, even better. There is a fair value gap as my partial level. I would do like this way and hold the rest of the position like this or whatever, depending on the structure. Whenever I feel like exiting out of the trade, I would do that. But just because I have no idea what exactly happened that caused during the London session this big of a fall, I am less interested in a entry. Otherwise, this is without a doubt my dealing range. This is literally the entry happening, and the way I have talked about it, once it trades here that low, I don't want to see market is taking out one more time. Especially, I think the time is finished by now, so I'll just remove this part. Especially after trading this level, and that's the only bullish fair value. By the way, this can be your first presented gap as well. So after 9:30, first gap. I don't use the New York AM session. First gap. My gap is this. So it is what it is. I think our timer finished. Okay, so let me go toward the dark race. And you guys tell me, 10 people, yeah, 10, and then a 60-second dark race. Sorry about the background. I wish they had added a way to change the background. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't like white color as the background. Bro, 3 monitors literally surrounding me. 34, 27, 24. And if all the screens are emitting white background or white color towards my eye, I will be blind within next 1 month or 2 months. That's why everything is like this way. I try to avoid the white from the monitor. Okay, so just for the sake of this, please do not participate. Okay, I'm just going with one micro contract just for the sake of this. Please do not participate, because this is a anyway, the word I cannot use on online, which is somewhat like suicide. This is the self execution, and because I have the profit, so if it gives me the entry over here, I'm just for the sake of 1 to 2. If I knew the reason, I would maybe go for my usual risk, which can be like $350 to $400. 350 is the minimum. That's why I kept the minimum over here to see how many contracts I can take. Okay. Let it be like this. Let's start with the giveaway. So 10 random selection and then the duck race. So pick a winner. Number 1, Flip TP. Number 2, Narcissist. Number 3, Shiva. Number 4, Danish. 5, Slim. 6, Murad Hossein. 7, Draco. 8, Gurmit. 9, okay, Alin Payne. So, and 10, Night Fury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, amazing. Now let me put it side by side so that I can input the names in the duck race. Names, edit from the top. There it goes. Timer, how long you guys want me to do it? Tell me. 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever it is. I'll choose that one. 60, 90, 60, 90. 1 second. Oh yeah, you are not in the top 10, so 60 second is 1 minute. Come on. Okay, 60 second it is. So since it's the duck race, let it go like this way. Alright, so good luck to all of you. May the best wins. Here we go. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Okay. 17 seconds left. Ooh. Fight between Murad Hossein and no, sorry, Night Fury and Murad. Oh my. Oh my god. Holy shit. Congratulations, Murad Hossein. Oh. Okay, so let me go here and let me make sure that okay, so I'm not happy with what's happening so far, but until the stop loss. Oh, by the way, I forgot to put the stop loss at the third candlestick. And 1 to 2. This way, like not interested in the full trade again. The reason, I don't know why market has done what it has, like what it did, why it did. So if it's bearish, let it be bearish. If it's bullish, or if I had the reason to do that, then this is the area where I would do that. Okay, and Yeah, OTZ entry, I'm not covering the low. That's the part. Oh, by the way, congratulations to Murad Hossein. Congrats. AIN, right? By the way, Murad Hossein, if you are here, I know, but yeah, just say hello. Account will be delivered after tomorrow's live stream. Okay, because tomorrow, whoever the winner is, I will. Oh, come on, where is that duck race? Sorry, it's still going. Come on, you stop. The race is done. Yeah, so okay, yes, you are here, so thanks for that. Account will be delivered after tomorrow's giveaway. And by the way, you cannot win tomorrow, okay? Because you already won today. So someone new can get the opportunity. So Murad Hossein out of the league for tomorrow, but congratulations one more time. And after finishing tomorrow's giveaway, I will deliver both the accounts today. In my whole life, this is the first time I got something for free. Amazing. I haven't got anything. Even like I need to purchase two my funded future accounts because they have now introduced like 5 accounts, right? Before it was 3. And I was trying for that $1 thing. They have delivered it, or they have given it to 20,000 people. I didn't get it. I know a few from my Discord group got it, and I have a friend whom I informed that there is a giveaway going on. If you want, you can participate. And he just registered a new he just registered his email ID and a new account with them, and then he tried. He got the chance. And today I was literally like, after the London trade, I was doing it. I was setting up his accounts from purchasing to the TraderPath settings to the rest. Because TraderPath, you have to do something for that. Anyway, so far, sorry. So far, this is a possible low. Okay, if market can give a retracement and then it takes this low, no point of looking for the bullishness. Okay, so look for a retracement like proper. There is no candle or anything. It's just long week, nothing, no candle, nothing. So you are looking for something like this type of structure where you can mark a low. So far this is the area. If it goes higher, it can. If it doesn't go higher, no issue with that. Okay, and at least that 50% of the range till this 50, as I was saying. This is what I said. Again, people who are joining late or who are now joining understand that if I had the idea about what market did, why it did that, I would consider this entry. This is just to one contract is still $74, by the way. It's not a small one. I'm still okay. Okay, like this fair value gap, I'm keeping an eye, but I'm still okay with what market is doing over here. And to see some real retracement happening from this area. If that happens, I'm happy to look for this buy. And where my stop loss is, it's the third candle slow. If I had another fair value gap, my stop loss, I would cover that fair value gap candle slow. Okay, since this is the only one within this huge range, I'm just covering that third candle slow. Okay, so now let's see, like if I need 2 bullish candles on here, another one that will give me a swing low over here. And let me try the 627 on 79. Where is the 705? So that's the 705 level. All good. one more candle, I will have a low, and if that low is taken, I'm not looking for buy longs anymore. However, I will look for a retracement again higher, then the sell short, not straight away sell short. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Murad Hossein, BGF, giveaway winner, day 1. I want to actually finish the stream, but let's see. Okay, don't want to see this low is taken on more time. Imagine it was a usual day. Imagine that I had a PDRA here. Yes, this like liquidity level itself is a PDRA. Like there was a sell side liquidity which is a weekly low. Itself is a PDRA. Okay. But if we had a proper PDRA, which is like hourly, 15-minute, or even like 4 hours daily, weekly fair value gap, this was the area for market to go higher again, like the proper rejection area. It has taken a very big liquidity in terms of what I said. Three types of liquidity you want to focus: previous week, previous day, and previous session. These are the three liquidities. So previous weekly low taken, first retracement that happened here here was the previous day liquidity and session as well. So session liquidity, day liquidity, 50% retracement, protected high, came lower, consolidated into the 15-minute continuation fair value gap, move continued. Again, every expansion expect one of two things, either a retracement or a consolidation. Okay, and then the continuation, and that retracement or consolidation will tell you that if we have a reversal or not. Not getting the strength, not getting the strength. What's the time? 26. Okay, I believe S will be grasped at 30. Once it closes above this, I will put the stop loss below this. But if it takes the low without doing what I'm saying, I'm looking for an exit on this fair value retest. Okay, and anyway, okay, so it has closed below that. Until this low is taken, it can still go higher, and by higher I mean to grab some sort of liquidity. I know this is like a 38 handle stop loss. Okay, but now it's even less, and even better, a quicker in and out type. And very good, 50%. Actually, I could set it a little bit lower as well inside of this inversion level. I didn't realize that actually. Otherwise I would put around the middle of this fair value gap because of this level. BPR midpoint that way. Let me remove this one and let me keep this on, because I think this is that part happening. Needed some bullish fair value, and the strength is definitely missing, and this is like 30 candle incoming. 30 candle as will be grasped. Let me put it like this, and then the one to do. Usually this has to be the stop loss. By the way, Anion, even it did broke 2 15-minute FBs still. Yeah, still. I mean, even if it broke 2 15-minute fair value gap, because this itself can act as a rejection block. Okay, so I'm talking about this portion of the area. That's where the previous tap happened, by the way. But because I have no idea why, how the market has, by the way, anyone knows why, like what actually happened? I have on my Discord, I have that financial, oh, but let me go to the 1 minute chart. Oh, I'm actually on the 1 minute chart. So on that financial juice here, okay, a lot of things are happening now, but I saw something like someone from Fed did something, like something leaked. Let me keep it like this so that I don't know, like some Fed person has done some mistakes or leaked some statements, whatever like that, and it's very bad. Tariff impact, Japan's economy. I forgot where exactly I saw that name. A female Fed person, or okay, so that's it. That's pretty much it. Now expect a retracement higher than the delivery for the sell side. Okay, so this is that part. Low was taken, expect a retracement higher, then the delivery lower again. Fed. I really don't know. Someone from Fed actually. Where was that one? Apologize for failing to meet the public expectation. Japan's Prime Minister humbly criticized Shiba. Oh no, that's Japan. No plans to hold on to positions. Top priority. Tackling inflation. Not that one. Where is that one? I forgot. Somewhere here, like somewhere inside of this. BOJ provide 800 billion yen. Okay, that's again Japan. Just near me resigns on drug allegation. Infinity is a consistent apparent level. So let me read the chat if anyone knows. With what about the 4-hour due liquidity? 4-hour due liquidity, yes, that will be delivered. What I said, understand again, okay? This is the gap I made, like I draw when market was here, once I had that accumulation manipulation, okay? Trade into that, already that was a good area for the entry. Continued higher, I kept expanding it higher. What I said, for the people who are bearish, this is where you must take your partial, and big partial, not a small partial, big partial. If it's willing to go further lower with the rest of your small position, you can look into that. You are not missing out on a huge thing, but you are securing the profit. Why partial is important? Okay, it's been falling the whole time. It has fallen by a big margin. Went above the 50, coming for the sell side or for the retracement to go one more time above the 50, whatever that can happen. But premium was revisited, PD arrays around that area. For example, well, let me actually pinpoint that part. 50%, okay, we had right below 50. So people who framed a buy long, we had right below 50 liquidities. At 50 or overlapping 50, look something that catches your eyes. For example, our liquidity was like this, like this portion of that, and above that we have more. But if it's willing to go there, that's a different case or different scenario. It will tell with the candle, with the structure. Since this level, okay, this level is your liquidity level, okay, all this, and little bit more inside, like when it's going higher we had more, when it was going lower we had more like this way. So we had some here, we had some here. Above 50 or overlapping, now I had close proximate 50, a fair value gap here. Since my liquidity is pretty much sitting above it and this fair value was fully rebalanced, how? All the bodies, buy sell, buy sell. So sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, buy side delivered, sell side delivered, buy side delivered, sell side. So it's literally balanced. This part is done. So now I don't have to think about this fair value. Above this is still a unfilled fair value gap in 1 minute. So this is how I start looking for my fair value gaps in every time frame. 1 minute I had a fair value. This was that fair value gap. Okay. Then same area I have marked my 1 minute on. Okay. Maybe I will do something like this. On my visibility, I will extend it until let's say 15 minutes. Something like this. Usually I try to keep my chart clean. So I come from 15 minutes, I draw the 15 minute and then I look into the smaller time frame so that I didn't need to draw multiple. 5-minute chart, same. Okay, 50, overlapping or close to it, fair value gap. 15 minutes, same. Now even better. Literally the buy side I talked about, that is your fair value gap starting point. So now you know if it goes for a retracement to the premium array, which premium array you have to keep an eye on. So how I do it is, without first looking at the 1 minute, I come to the 15 minute first and then I draw the 15 minute FVG like this way. Okay. Then I go to the 5 minute. Do I have anything overlapping distance? Okay, there is a fair value here. And I am looking at the CE, which is 5-minute bearish fair value overlapped. Then in 1 minute, same thing, CE, 1 minute bearish fair value overlap. So now I know how far inside of the fair value market can come. Okay, the possibility. This is how far. That's how far it came. Above 50, premium array. Protected high. Since it's going for the sell side of the, like sell side. Okay. And usually the way I exit, I know I want to finish my stream as soon as I can. So I did something, but usually the way I exit, when it took this low, okay, with this candle, this was my initial stop loss. Okay, it was still far from my stop loss. When it took that low, by that time, not even taking that low, think this way. Okay, when it closed below this fair value gap, because below that now I have nothing else left over here. And if you guys know, I only trade fair value gap. I try to get more confidence by other PDRs overlapping, but I trade fair value gap. When it broke that fair value, this candle, okay, without like a stop loss here. So how I do it? This is my stop loss, and this one is my visual stop loss. Sorry, SL here. See, I have a let me make it bigger. So I have a even template for this, okay, visual SL. When it took it and then retested that fair value gap, my entry reason as a inversion, PDRA or simple. When it's doing that, bearish fair value created, whatever that is, this retest, I exit my trade. London session during this, I framed this one, okay. I told everyone that this is a buy long entry. This is a buy long setup. Not until this leg. This is a buy long. For the people who are in the Discord during that moment, they already know because I was doing it live with them. But the people who are not in Discord, inversion, stop loss, okay. Usually I put the stop loss here. But since I have a bullish fair value gap, I can put it here or even here, any of those. So let's go like this way, third candle slow of that bullish overlapping. I was looking for a 1 to 2 like this, and it was making sense to me because of a no wick candle, because of a higher time frame fair value gap are over there, including 15 minutes continuation and a breakaway gap. So there was a possibility for that. However, when market was trading this zone, okay, how it was trading, but I was not interested in buy long. I took a buy long, made the profit as my ongoing sell short setup, or like the way I use it, okay. So I make a profit, I use that profit to maximize the day that way. So let me start from here. There was a liquidity grab happening after the daily low was taken, and this is where we have the daily bullish fair value gap low as well. So daily bullish fair value before this big fall, this is where the CEOs, this is where I was telling them not to look for a buy long because it's not a setup, it is a retracement. And this is where I was looking at the first time, okay. First thing is order block formed, Outlander had it marked, amazing. That helped me as well to figure out the next possible move or next move, which is order block formed, propulsion block created, propulsion block. Now one single candle closed above both of them. If you want to do it this way, that's one way. Another way is this is the bigger range or bigger candle, this is the inside candle. So you're looking at this candle as your propulsion block. Tapped, traded, okay, propulsion traded. What you want to see next? Big push. This fair value gap, usually once the fair value is confirmed, most of the time it doesn't even trade, but this candle told me that it will trade, okay. Now again, if you know why this candle told me, which is previous candle high taken failed to close above, so the next is market should take this low. That's why I know that this fair value will be traded. Otherwise, usually it doesn't trade. For example, this type of candle, usually it doesn't come back because I had 15-minute fair value, because I have that fair value gap, and by this time, this is where I had the 25% range overlapping fair value, this one, okay. So I was telling them to keep an eye on this fair value gap, and eventually I know it has broken or whatever it is, but that's that important area, 25% over. 25% was like this way. What 25%? From the high of the day until the lowest it reached, that 25% was like this during that moment, okay. So what happened is, when market, after trading propulsion block, the immediate thing you want to see is a explosive move. that happened, the fair value it creates should remain unfilled or partially filled, like a breakaway gap. So since you are expecting it, what can be the entry? Buy, stop loss right below the fair value gap. That's okay. Don't worry. And if you know me, this is what I look for. Okay. This is what I look for. Why stop loss here? Because you are expecting it to remain unfilled. That's why. So if it's not unfilled, you are already wrong. If it's fully filled, market is not going higher anymore. This high was never taken. This was the delivery. This was that same fair value gap. So, and by the way, I don't use it solely. I use it as that same thing, overlapping confluence PD array that way. However, there goes one thing. And here is another thing. So let me come from the 50 to 10. This is the macro, that macro window. Okay, this was the inversion. Don't worry, this was the inversion. If you are taking this inversion, I'm not interested in that inversion, by the way, because it's a huge bearish one, barely stopped out. Observe the peak level. Okay, and 1 to 2 never happened. I will show you like how 1 to 2 happened and why 1 to 2 happened. It never happened, and you didn't get stopped out over here. I took this entry, I exited on this fair value gap break. The moment it broke, on this candle I exited with, like, I was saying, I think $1,100 or something profit, but I exited in nearly, no, I was saying nearly $1,400 profit. If it traded into this fair value gap, it was supposed to be like nearly 2,400 or something, but I exited in $1,000 profit over here. So since it never delivered and market is bearish, this is where you had 15-minute bearish fair value gap as well. Remember, this is what I'm talking about. 15-minute bearish fair value gap, 5 minutes continuation fair value gap, that same area. Okay, in 1 minute it's a huge bearish. Okay, so the direction I want to choose, why I say 1 to 2 is the king, why I talk about 1 to 2. Inversion happened here inside the macro. People who are bearish, market, this is your stop loss, third candle high. Oh, it stopped. Yeah, wait till you see it. What changed? Anything? Inversion fair value gap entry inside the macro, not outside. What I said, reason can be outside, but entry must have to happen inside. Reason is not outside also, it was taking buy side during that time, like this move. So if it's willing to go further higher, it doesn't need to break this fair value. It broke that. 1 to 2, what I showed with this one, it's not a huge range, right? This is not a huge range, but when you know how to frame it, why a stop loss here? Again, you are expecting it to remain unfilled during that moment. Okay, 1 to 2. After that, when it broke, okay, again, time, 50 to 10. This can be the entry, or even I consider this as my inversion entry, and by this time I'm taking another liquidity also on the left. So reason happened outside, entry inside, yes. Not a perfect one, but close proximate, or if you are taking on this candle, then same. Do I need to go until this far? It's like 3.32 hour. Okay, but 1 to 2, whatever, like however you want to mark it. Bullish people, bearish people, all had the opportunity. One more time. Macro 50 to 10. Clean visible swing low, clean visible swing low. Inversion. Entry must have to be inside. This is the 10 candle, last candle to give you the entry. Inversion, third candle slow. Oh, it's too easy, right? When you show hindsight. Last candle gave you the entry. Third candle slow, 1 to 2 based on your stop loss. I don't want to go like, I don't need that much. Okay. Bearish day. Let go the buy long. A small little bullish fair value gap broken. Third candle high as your stop loss. Yeah, not clean. I'm not saying this is a very good clean entry. And this is also outside macro, by the way. But broken. Equal lows 1 to 2, whatever. Was it stopped out or was it a TP? Again, continue. Bearish day. Every bullish fair value gap after taking some buy side liquidity taken, buy side liquidities. I mean, even like literally this level, no weak candle, it barely tapped over there. Inversion, traded, fall. 1 tick or 2 tick worth of fair value gap that you can barely see. Inversion, why? Some here, some here. Fall. No bullish, no bearish. I know consolidated, but you know, fall. No bullish, no bearish. A small little fair value gap. This might be the only one that didn't deliver. Okay, because I can see it has taken that level here. So you got stopped out with that week. But eventually, what was the direction? What I said, even if you don't get the entry, you will get your direction of the market. I don't know how I draw that one, but whatever. Whoa. So this one. Oh, I got it. I think I draw with this. Yeah. Okay, so eventually broke.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with
Alexa, stop. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, like even if it stopped you out, it told you the direction, you saw the direction. Okay. You know, okay, why it should take that low, by the way. Bullish fair value gap after clear visible low taken, even if it doesn't give you the entry, which it didn't. Not from inversion, not from continuation. Never. Got the direction. Got the direction. Okay, and think again. 1 to 3 candle. Highest is here. I wouldn't put my stop loss there, by the way. If I'm framing this sell short based on that, I would look at the 75% level of this long week, because 50% can be traded, 75% is the max. That's the max. Okay, because CE can be traded and rejected from there. So something like this. Still, it's a big stop loss, by the way, but whatever. And not until the low. Somewhat around this 50%. If it's 1 to 2, I would be very happy to take a partial. And since there is nothing except for this fair value gap as my discount area, that's why this was my I. Okay, when it broke, this was my eye. So overlapping. By the way, I was not expecting it to go straight away for the sell side. I was expecting it to go for a retracement, then the fall, and that would have given us a setup. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I would say that's pretty much it. 25 plus below. Okay. That's pretty much it. If you have a clear bias, the way I suggest you guys to do trading is choose a direction, whatever it is, wait until you get a setup towards that direction. If you are bearish, wait, and doesn't matter, even on the extremest possible bullish day you will get that. On the extreme possible bearish day you will get that. That can be here, that can be here, that can be here, whatever it is. Liquidity MSS. I know it's not a very clean, healthy way. Low to high. This was the high first when the MSS happening. OTZ, OTE retracement again. OTZ. Okay. 6279 retracement. Overlapping that, very small bullish fair value here. You have breaker over here and consecutive order blocks or single order block, however you want to mark it. Okay, and your target is fulfilled once market reaches above this. If it's willing to go higher, who gonna tell you? The continuation fair value. If a continuation is broken, next will be the S, sooner or later. This is that continuation. So how this works is, if your entry is from this 6-2 level, the maximum you need to hold is that -1.5 level. That will give you the 1 to 2. Okay, a little bit more than 1 to 2, but like this. And inside what is it? That was the fair value, by the way. So, and if you put your stop loss at the 1, like the low to that, so this is literally that 1 to 2, and the overall this was the delivery. I think that's pretty much it. So I think I will finish here. See you all tomorrow in next giveaway, and let's see how the things are going. Bro, even it did. Okay, so I talked about it. What about the 4-hour due liquidity? That's done over here. I think your question is answered by the market, but the way as I said, okay. So the way I look, once it traded this, that was the low, and this is a proper retracement. Okay, this could have been the move to send it higher. Since that never happened, took that low, so now you know which direction it should go. Bearish market, bearish delivery, best case of scenario. Okay, I'm just remember what I said the whole time, that I don't know why this happened. I don't know what can be the reason for a Tuesday to be this volatile. So if I had the idea, I would consider something. This level, okay. It was accumulating, it was doing whatever the hell it was doing. Observe this part. Every time market tapped into that level, this level, it was rejecting big. Okay, where this is a rejection block. That's what I'm trying to say. By the meantime, I had that higher time frame point of interest overlapping with that 1 minute bearish fair value. Yes. If I'm taking this inversion entry, why I'm not taking? Understand, okay? It's like way below the daily low, way below where the market opened. I mean, it has done every possible thing that you can expect. Okay, this is the next liquidity level it will take, this is the next liquidity level it can take. It has taken until a weekly low. It's heavy bearish, it's in heavy discount. That's why I'm not interested. If I knew the reason, maybe I would be showing interest. Okay, there is a very bad news that can send even lower. Okay, this can be the global financial crash on the market. If I had that news, I would consider. Or it's a fake news, so all this fall market can go higher. Doesn't matter, it's a big fall. Maybe it will not go all the way back to the high of the day, but at least I can expect a higher run once the false news is identified by the people or by the like what it called, the associates, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know, bro, why it fall. I was bearish until these lows. Okay, this low and then the other low on the left, it's exact equal low, this low. So let me just put like this way one more time before I finish. I was bearish for this, and because how market treats a fair value gap. Okay, something new. Why I use only one PDR, why I use only fair value gap. Continuation broken after taking the previous high, clear visible swing high. How far the retracement happened? Okay, when market was going lower, continuation broken over here. I know I'm showing from a daily chart. Okay, how is the retracement happening over here? Inversion to a inversion. It traded the low of the inversion, then this fall happening. It traded like low means in this case the starting of the inversion, 3 point. Okay, so starting, high of the inversion and middle of the inversion in terms of a bearish on. Similarly, this on the low of the inversion, the high of the inversion, or the middle of the inversion. Okay, I'm just randomly drawing 3 lines, by the way. So 3 levels for the market to reject inside of a fair value gap, either the top or the middle or the bottom, nothing in between. So keeping that in mind, this is the daily bullish fair value, is still not broken. Market is still holding. See the low rejection, top rejection. See this candle. I will show you from the 4 hour. Let's see how it looks. Oh, sorry, I must have to visibility. Okay, now it will show in every time frame. 4 hours. Okay, remember this is that same daily bullish fair value gap. I'll just put, so low rejection, market closed above the mid, it was failing to close below the mid. Again, failing to close below the mid rejection, low rejection, exact equal lows. When this fall was happening, I'm happy to get my profit at that daily fair value gap low, which is 1 or 2 tick below that level. It's 71.25. My exit was 69.25, if I'm not wrong, 69.50. This is how far I know that I have reason for the market to go. Until the daily is broken, until the 4 hour is broken from a 4 hours chart. Daily is broken, 4 hour is broken from the 4 hours chart. This is a 4 hour fair value, 4 hour chart broke it. Now I can think, okay, it can go further lower. But until that's happening from the same time frame, I don't know how far it will go and it will reject. So since I don't know, and let me just put that daily fair value gap back to that actual daily level, which is this 1 hour. This was today, by the way. This was that dealing range. Okay, so I was talking about from this high to this low as a dealing range. Market failed to take the low, instead it has taken the high. Since it has taken the high, it should complete the dealing range. This was the completion, this was the fall. On this leg, I took the sell short, exited at this level with my profit. This was that continuation area. Again, hourly, that same daily fair value. Previously, not a single body closed. Low rejection, top rejection, mid rejection, low rejection, mid rejection. Finally, this. So, same thing, okay? You are expecting the similar scenario, like 3 levels of a fair value gap for the market to react. Especially higher time frame, especially the big ones. And when the big fair value gaps mid is broken, pretty much that's my inversion fair value gap. In case you guys are wondering, your 4-hour fair value, sorry, hourly fair value was like this. When the mid is broken, that's your inversion. Mid is broken, that's your inversion. Okay. Mid broken, you can expect my fair value is inverted that way. Now you got my point. Again, 4 hours fair value gap, mid broken, that already in terms of the inversion, it's already inverted. What I was trying to say there is, when market was coming lower for the liquidity, okay, in 1 minute chart, sorry, just don't get confused. Let me keep it as the daily first so that I can show. In 1 minute when market was rejecting, okay, see that midpoint, every time it was coming on that daily fair value mid, it was rejecting. Now I have a sell short setup, I have a liquidity below the midpoint. What is the next level market should go? Immediately, like this is literally today's London session sell side liquidity. It started 2 a.m. here, went higher, took some buy side, traded higher time frame point of interest. Remember, this was a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. So since my liquidity is at the low, is below the midpoint, next is this low. So I choose that as my exit point. I'm happy with that. When market came very close to it, created this dealing range confirmed OTZ drawn, this fair value, this is where I added into my position. I already took a big partial below this. Okay, now think this way. Okay, I'm in a trade from here, this gap. Just a sec. I'm in a trade from this gap. From there till here, I have made this partial. My stop loss, I can trail here because there is a fair value gap here, or maybe on this level. Okay, so one of those areas. Fair value. What type of fair value? From this high, sorry, I don't know why I zoomed out a little bit. This is the 50%.